You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
Instagram stories and this goddamn link don't want to catch. There we go. There we go. I got it. Y'all need to go ahead and do the same thing I'm doing. And what I'm doing is sharing this and passing it along. Welcome. We're here talking that shit. I'm gonna be on camera today. I'm going to be on camera today, rolling my incense, smoking my weed, and talking to you guys. What up, everybody? What's up, Mike C? What's up, the Dong? What's up, Quan? Ah, shit, we got Larry ho ass in here. Larry look like the kind of nigga that loses fights to trans men. Y'all see? Don't Larry look like somebody that loses fights to trans men? They used to be women, now they men. And the first thing them trans men gonna do, the first thing they gonna do when they turn from woman to man is fight Larry and get that easy win. Then they gonna be on to lose to the rest of the girls. Shit. I like being able to clown a nigga and he can't get me back. Ain't nobody gonna read your chat, bitch. They gonna hear what I say though. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we gonna talk about this, the whole fallout, what's going on with Bronny, what's going on. We're gonna talk a little shit about that Biggie Ice Cube thing. That talk is still going on. Niggas still running their mouth about it. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some of what's going on, with Jamie Foxx, and I'm gonna tie that into what's going on with Bronny and all that stuff, because one thing I do want to say is, man, look, you don't have to jump the gun on everything, black folks, all right? And I am not one that supports that jab. I've never been in support for it. Those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I've had various guests on talking about that thing. But at the same time, when do you just chill? You know what I mean? And then let a young man go through what he's going through. You know what I mean? The way I see it, Bronny's a victim in this situation. You know, he's a kid when he had to take that thing. So all of us running our mouth back and forth. You know what I mean? We're going to get into it because I want y'all to get ready because in about 30 minutes or so, I'm going to open up the phone lines and I'm going to want to know your perspective on this. In the meantime, I got my weed, but I ain't got my ashtray. See that? Ooh. Frosty. Frosty. Well, anyway, I gotta go get my ashtray because I'm not about to be dusting all my weed off into my rolling tray. I gotta keep my rolling tray clean. I don't want no ash on my rolling tray. So while I'm off going to get my ashtray and to get some more, I'm short on water too. I need some water too before I start talking to you monkey ass niggas. I'm gonna get my situation all right over here. Got the instant burning. Watch this goddamn commercial and I'll be right back.
One B Black History commercial. Take
one, and here comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
Hold up. Celebrate our warriors and scholars. Black history on a t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Yep. Mothers of the movement, our scholars. Instead of wearing a sports jersey with someone else's name on your back, celebrate our leader's name on your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Get yours now at hotepish.com/shop. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Also, get your Black American music family tree at incenseandashtrays.com/shop. 400 years of music created here in North America exclusively by Black Americans on one piece of artwork.
Get on over to I keep saying get on over. Shit. Right, ready, car wash. They come to you. God damn it. You ain't got to go nowhere. If you live in Southern California, Los Angeles area, the Valley, Orange County, hit them up. Black-owned car wash. These motherfuckers is great. Bring out their own water. Have your car spick and span. 310-753-1947. RideReady.org. Oh, and I appreciate the Cash App, Aaron Wilson. A little help on the documentary. I appreciate that. But thank y'all. We here. Go to RideReady.org. It's bigger than hip hop. I just got a donation for that. You can get these t-shirts also at DewanB.com. Get the mic out the way. You can get these. It's bigger than hip hop. Nigga. Get your t-shirt right now at DewanB.com to support the movement because we got the documentary pilot that's going to be dropping soon. And then we're going to need your help to film the season. We're either going to do like 4 1-hour-long episodes or like 6 40-minute long episodes. I haven't figured that part out yet. We'll figure that out when we get into the flow of things. But that's where we're going at it with this documentary series. Salute to the chat room. What's up, Butter Love? What's up, Quan? We all up in here. Who else we got up in here? Derek. Yeah. So let's get into it. Someone asked the super chat earlier on. Asked me, "Is his career over?" I don't know. There's a lot of new medical advances. Bronny certainly doesn't have to play basketball. And I've seen him play. He's a good kid. You know, but even when if he makes the NBA, he's not going to stick long. He's a good basketball player, but I think that a lot of the pressure, he has like a lot of pressure on him from his dad. And a lot of these bronzexual niggas are gonna really not like this kid because he's not as good as his dad. And there's nothing wrong with that. Very few people on earth are as good as his father. You know what I mean? And he's gonna be judged by that. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how this is gonna turn out, M. Miller. But thanks for the donation. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. We're gonna see. I might actually go into his cards a little bit later on. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, we here. And one thing I want to talk about today is, like, I notice when it comes to the whole Bronny situation, people are really, really jumping on the jab thing. And I get it. I get it, because most of us, we all know, well, I don't want to say all, but most of us know that jab was a bunch of BS. You know what I mean? We know that. We were saying since day one that jab might kill a lot of people, yada, yada, yada. I get it. But where I'm concerned, and this is what I'm going to have you guys talk about later on when you guys call in, my concern is this. Like, at the end of the day, Bronny's an 18-year-old kid. And when was it 2020? That was, what, 3 years ago? When the jab came, what, 2 years ago? So, I mean, he was, what, 16? When the jab dropped? That wasn't by his choice. You know what I mean? He wasn't out there, and if he was, even if he did say something about it, you get 99.9% chance tell it was probably coerced by an adult. That young man is a victim. He's a victim of a dick riding society, a society that goes along to get along, a society that follows the program. And so what happens is someone like him, who's a victim of a society that follows the program, when something happens, that those of us who are anti-program and counter-programming, and you know me, I'm counter-programming, but those of us who are against the programming, and I say us because I am someone who's against the programming, but I'm not someone who participates in this behavior, although I used to. I had to grow and evolve as a man to realize, okay, I can't just be just because something happened that supports my political agenda, I gotta watch how I approach this thing. You know what I mean? And dealing with a child that was coerced into something, all I can say is I'm gonna wait. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if it was a jab or not. I got my suspicions. You know, I definitely got my suspicions on that, but I don't know. And this is a young man. This is a young black man. And this is something I don't apologize for. But y'all can call me whatever you want. But I have a soft spot for young black men and how we're treated. And how young black boys are held to this standard of societal perfection. And if our young black boys aren't perfect, then they everything other than a child of God. I just can't rock with y'all on that. And most of y'all that's rocking with the jab, that's blaming the jab, I rock with y'all on most things. I rock with y'all, I do. And I get it. I rock with y'all on a lot of things. But everybody has their line. And I respect your line, but my line is, when I see a young black man as a poster child of something, and I see all of this energy getting thrown this way, because I'm in the energy. I see this shit on a bigger level than most of you niggas. I get it, and I don't see the day-to-day. I see the day-to-day transactional shit on an earthly plane, but I also see the bigger, more spiritual, energetic plane. And energy is real. And anytime someone is getting directed a bunch of energy, it impacts them, whether you want to believe it or not. Energy does not die. It is transferred. Like what Earth and Fire says on I Write a Song for You. Sounds never dissipate. They only recreate in another place and time. That's wisdom. So I ain't gonna be one when a young black man had his life on the line, now ain't the time for my political agenda. And my political agenda is very much anti-mandatory jabs. It's very much anti-mandatory jabs. But I gotta put my political agenda to the side when a young black man just had the scariest moment of his life. Hold on, I gotta close my blinds. I gotta close this window over here. This shit loud as fuck. Listen to this music real quick while I close this window over here. Hold on. This, but where my thing go? Whatever. But like I was saying, let me turn the music down some. Like I said, I have a definite political agenda against vaccines, mandatory, against all kinds of woompty bamps and boomty bamps. I got a problem with all that shit. But what I'm not gonna do is put my got the weed in it. What I'm not gonna do is put my political agenda over the humanity of a young black man. Young black man, we as a youth, I told y'all a long time ago, I vowed to myself when I was a kid. When I become grown, I'm not gonna be like the rest of these old niggas. Old niggas are the ones that have control, that can do something about society, not the kids. 18-year-olds, people in their 20s, people in their teens, they can't do a motherfucking thing about how the society is run. Not a goddamn thing. But it's always the old niggas that want to judge the young niggas. And I vowed to myself when I was a teenager, when I become an old nigga, I'm not going to shit on the young niggas. And I'm not going to participate in the shitting on young niggas or in the environment of shitting on the young niggas. And this is what I mean by environment. People may not directly be shitting on Bronny James. They're not. But they're using him as an example, saying he should not have taken the shot. It's the shot. It's the shot. It's this. It's that. What happened is a young black man almost lost his life, and we don't know a motherfucking thing. That's what happened. A young black man almost lost his life. That's one thing we know. We know that. We know a young black man almost lost his life. We know that. But we also know that we don't know shit. We can speculate. We can assume. We know that he probably took the jab. We know that according to the paperwork, he did take the jab. According to what his father said, he did take it. How that played out in his cardiac arrest, I don't know. I have an assumption based on what I understand so far about the jab. I have an assumption that that possibly played a role. I can safely assume that the jab possibly played a role. But that's an assumption nonetheless. I understand it's just an assumption. I'm not going to take that assumption and put that energy out there towards a young black man that just experienced the most traumatic moment in his life. Do you see what I'm getting at, y'all? I ain't been looking at the chat room because I don't want to see nobody typing nothing to piss me off. So I ain't been looking at the chat room. But if you feel what I'm saying, press the number 1. See, what's been happening is I put a post up on Facebook and Instagram about this. And what'll happen is I'll get some emotional ass dudes respond, so we don't care about the jab? I didn't say I didn't care about the jab. But anything can happen. I know that I was a kid when Hank Gathers died and had a heart attack on the court. He didn't take a jab. I remember being a kid when Reggie Lewis died for the Boston Celtics at the free throw line. He didn't take a jab. I remember that game when he passed out. Y'all remember that game when Reggie Lewis passed out? My basketball fans, for the Boston Celtics, I remember seeing him shoot them free throws and just falling over. That shit was scary. I remember Robert Horry missing like 10 or 20 games. Was it when he was still with the Celtics or the Suns? When Robert Horry had that irregular heartbeat. Remember that? I remember Chris Bosh having to retire from blood clots before the jab that made Chris Bosh retire. Just like I don't know the science behind what went on with Reggie Lewis, Hank Gathers, Chris Bosh, and the host of other players that can no longer play because of irregular heartbeats and things like that. I don't know when it comes to Bronny. Jeff Green. Yeah, I forgot about Jeff Green. I knew it was another player, Jeff Green. All these players had heart issues before the jab. Yeah, I put that. What's up, Corey? Yeah, I said that Bosh retired because of blood clots. But blood clots are also a side effect of this whoopty wham, boomty bam. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I included Chris Bosh into this argument. Because blood clots are most definitely a side effect. And I'm bringing up these people to show that, look, football players, basketball players have been having heart issues for a long time. It's rare. It's extremely rare. But it did not start with the whoopty wham boomty bams. That's all I'm saying. We don't know. And at the end of the day, since we don't know, a young black man almost lost his life. Can we have some? That's my thing is, can we have compassion for a young black man? Can young black men breathe? Like, dude, shit. A young black kid rob a bank. That's what's wrong with black society. A young black kid raps a rap lyric you guys don't like. See, these rappers are this, these rappers are that. A young black kid, like, goddamn, has a fucking heart attack. And we can't get a little man some space? When can we show the compassion on our own that we want other people to show towards us? That's my question. When are we the men, we the leaders of society? What's up, Clot? Mike C, Breeze Omega. See, as a black man, I take that leadership role seriously, yo. I take that. I got gray hairs now, nigga. I just turned 42. I take that shit serious, bruh. And part of leadership is giving stern direction, but also having compassion. If you want the babies to listen to us as men, if you want the next generation to hear what we got to say, when they going through a few things that are tough, we can shut the fuck up for a while and have some compassion. We can hold space for our babies and be like, damn it, I wish young man would have took that jab, but hell, he didn't have no choice in it. But let's let some time come out and let's see. Because we got people who own it. Like cats like, look how long Rizza Islam has been on this whole vaccination thing. Since 2012 when I first heard of Rizza Islam, 2013. I'm telling you right now, Rizza Islam's the only nigga I'm listening to when it comes to this vaccine. And he's the only person I'm giving a pass to when it comes to talking about this thing. Because that's what he be on. But I'm sure our brother, if not him, someone else, they're going to find out the deal soon enough. They're going to find the deal out soon enough. And when we find out more, my opinion is that's the time to talk about this more when we know more. Let me give you another reason. Let me give you another reason why it's not cool to come out all the way on this like this. This is what happens. This is how life works. If you jumping on it right now and you say, yes, it's the jab, you know who you're speaking to? You're speaking into an echo chamber. You're on one hand only talking to people, only people listening are people who already agree. On the other hand, people who might want to hear what you have to say, their heart space is in the well-being of that child. So when you jump out the bag and somebody who is more so focused on the well-being of that child and they don't quite think how you think, you've just shut them off to anything of substance you have to say. Because let me make it very clear. The people blaming it on the jab definitely have something to say of substance. I'm gonna make that very clear. The people who are blaming it on the jab, you guys, y'all definitely got a lot of substance behind you. You have more substance behind you than those who say it's not the jab. I'm with you. If you're blaming the jab, when I listen to both sides, I listen to everybody. The people blaming the jab have more substance behind what they're saying than the people who are saying it's not the jab. But what happens is, when you got the neutral listener out there, they can't hear you because they're thinking about this baby's well-being. And then if time goes by and it end up being something else, say in his when he gets some further testing, say he has an aortic valve or something that's not working right, and they can blame it on something physical not tied to side effects from this jab. What you in effect have done is permanently close the ear of somebody who may have heard what you had to say. Because be very clear, the people that are listening to you say it's the jab, they already agree with you. They already agree with you. So, can we give a young brother some space? You got to drink with a coffee cup on camera, because it's just something about, like, you be looking goofy as fuck drinking out of water bottles on camera. Y'all ever be watching YouTube? And I do this sometimes because I be forgetting to bring my cup. You ever be watching YouTube and then a nigga start guzzling one of these bottles looking like he's sucking an underwater dick? On YouTube, you get the water and you pour it, nigga. This is what you YouTube niggas need to do. Get the water and pour it, nigga. There you go. That's how you do it, nigga. Because when you drink it out the water bottle, you look like you're guzzling cum, nigga. You look like you're guzzling cum, nigga. So that's my point of view on this. I'm treating a young black man with some humanity, and I'm gonna back off my political agenda, even if just for a weekend or a week or two. My political agenda can wait, because a young black man almost lost his life. A mother is worried about her son right now. A father is worried about his son. Little man got brothers and sisters, teammates, cousins, friends, aunties, I don't know if he has any uncles, but aunties, friends, a grandmother. Can we have some compassion for a black family? Can we? Can we just, I would like to see to where, and I know we're not here yet as a people, and I'm not there yet, because I'm not here to say I'm perfect. I'll be fucking up too. I be fucking up. I ain't here to say I'm perfect. I'll be fucking up. You might see some shit pop off next week to where a player fuck up. I ain't perfect. I know I'm a fuck up. But a goal in mind that I have is, when a black family faces trauma, something like this especially, heart attack, can we give a family 3 days of just loving energy and light and all of the support? Can we give a black family a heart? Can we give a black family a heart? Every sleep is an element of ourselves. clubs, mental, how we think, spades, spiritual, our wisdom. We got diamonds, our values, our tangibles. And we got hearts, our emotional space. All 4 elements of life. Earth, air, water, fire. Fire is hearts. That's why fire burns so passionately. And I'm at the point to where when it comes to other black people, we got to give some more heart to each other. We as black people, we have to show the world how to treat us. See, a lot of these niggas want the world to treat us better. A lot of you niggas want, let's show the world our humanity. Oh my God, what do white folks think? Oh my God, white people keep talking about us. A fucking white boy country singer put out a little bullshit ass song. You niggas is up in rage. Oh, he said these things. Don't sit in the country. Oh God. Then the minute a nigga fuck up, that nigga should have known better. Why did he take the jab? He shouldn't have said no to the police. He shouldn't have cheated on his wife. She shouldn't have had kids out of wedlock. That's another thing. You niggas that be getting on, that be doing too much with that. Yeah, we got a lot of single moms out here. That's a condition of our society. But you niggas going around and blaming them for every goddamn thing, and we got all these old sorry ass niggas running around, it's all of our fault. And I ain't got no kids. Nigga, you can't isolate our issues to one subgroup of people. We can't isolate our issues to the hood rats. We can't isolate our issues to the boule. We can't isolate our issues to pimps and hoes and drug dealers. And we can't isolate our issues to deadbeat dads. We can't isolate our issues to single moms. Those are all conditions of the scenario that we've been put in as a people. We got put in this shit together. We gonna come out this shit together. And it's a lot of niggas to criticize. And y'all know me, I love criticizing niggas. I love criticizing niggas. I like talking shit. Y'all know me. But let's leave our shit talk for Larry Elder. Leave our shit talk to niggas that sell us out all day while acting like they are friends like Jay-Z and President Obama. And what happened to Obama's chef? We can save our criticism for Stephen A. Smith. Why was you at them colleges, boy? Every time Kwame Brown say that shit. Oh shit, I don't care. I don't even watch that many Kwame videos that much anymore because that back and forth between him and Gilbert Arenas, I ain't in all that. But every time Kwame Brown says, why was you at them colleges, boy? We got to talk shit. We got a lot of people that's fucking us up. And I'm not saying don't go at the jab. I'm not saying don't bring up the jab. There's plenty of time. This Bronny James situation is unfurling. It is going on. It is moving. It's just opening up more and more and more. There's going to be some more news that comes out. Let me see. Lloyd Strayhorn just text me back. See, next Tuesday. Would y'all like for me to interview Lloyd Strayhorn? Or I text Lloyd Strayhorn this morning. When somebody like when a master teacher like Lloyd Strayhorn texts you back, I gotta put you niggas on hold. All right. Hopefully, Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn can come down and chop it up with us next week. Talk about some numerology. Lloyd Strayhorn is a master numerologist. He's someone that Oprah he's been on Oprah like 5 times. And the reason why numerology is such a big thing now, especially in black society, really is Lloyd Strayhorn. He really brought that stuff in back in the 80s. He wrote this best-selling book right here, Numbers and You. If you want to understand numerology and the power of numbers, I do recommend this book. I'm trying to get him on the show next week. I'm going to start doing more interviews, y'all. But this is a dope-ass book. And for those of you who take my cardology class, this is required reading if you're one of my cardology students. You have to read this book. You have to keep this book as a guide to understand numbers if you're going to be one of my cardology students. My cardology class is starting. I'm going to push it back to August 20th, y'all. So if you want to learn how to read cards on a deeper, more extensive level, I have 2 options. I have this introductory course you can get my 1 introductory course. And if you want to learn more, you can sign up for the long-term course. The long-term course will be going through the holidays. So if you want to join that, hit me up, email me, info@dewanb.com. Let's roll. All right. So West Coast. So yeah, because it looks like he's gonna do it. So anyway, so Rajon, I'm not up on the rapper Boston Richie, so I don't want to answer that question. I try not to talk about things that I don't know about. I like to, and this is for everybody else. When I talk, I know it seems as if I people be like, DeWan, you know a lot. I'm just a fucking Gemini that gets bored real fast, and like I gotta learn. Like I like figuring shit out. Like that's just who I am. Like I do this shit for fun. So, and I retain things easily, and I'm a good speaker. So it's just a talent that I have. But I like to learn shit. But when I come to you guys talking about anything, it's because I try to understand it from not only a superficial point of view, but an in-depth point of view too. And at that point, I bring you guys information. If I don't understand it, I don't like sounding stupid like half these niggas I listen to sound. I'm sorry, I got an ego. I do have an ego. I definitely have an ego. And my ego says, I don't want to sound dumb like half these niggas talking about music out here. I ain't trying to go nowhere, get in front of a microphone and sound like Fat Joe. Oh, hell no. Nigga, I got to know, nigga, before I turn this mic on, goddammit. Last thing I want to do is sound like Busta Rhymes. Shit. So anyway, I'm gonna get to this point. I'm gonna get to some of you guys' calls in a little bit. We talking about the Bronny James heart attack situation or heart stoppage, whatever. And I want to make it clear, I'm on the side of the people that's talking about this whoopty wham boomty bam. But also what I'm doing is I'm allowing maturity and wisdom to speak through me right now. Because I wasn't always like this. I wasn't. Where I am, this thought that I'm giving you guys now is something that I had to evolve to. So I'm not expecting for my point of view to be a popular point of view. But I'm okay with not being popular because I see what's coming. So I'm not worried about not being popular, but you can check my record. So that's not a big deal to me. But what I am most interested in is us winning. And I think one part of the formula, there is no one sweeping solution. Anytime some niggas saying we need to do this one thing and everything else will be fine, no. There's a lot of things we gotta do. If there was one thing we have to do, it would be getting on code, because getting on code would encompass these things, some of these other things. But on top of getting on code, I think an area we have to evolve to, both spiritually and emotionally. Ace of Hearts is a card of renewed emotion. This is actually LeBron James's card. Born December 30th. Only one card of the year. Ace of Hearts, December 30th. That's LeBron's card. And this card shows why LeBron James needs so much goddamn attention. And then I'm going to make another point to you niggas, to you bronsexual, weak-ass, weird-ass niggas. You see how I could talk and show so much love for LeBron James and his family and his son without being a fucking jizz eater like you niggas? Why are you talking about LeBron James so much? You hating? You corny-ass niggas. I've been talking for 45 minutes now about the love and compassion we got to show for LeBron James, his son. And y'all know good and the hell well I feel about that nigga's game. I want LeBron off my Lakers and somewhere else. I want him to ruin another team. We got a nice little young squad right now. Let's trade LeBron for another top player and some draft picks, and let's turn this shit into a 10-year dynasty. Get his ass out of here now. I don't fuck with LeBron James, a basketball player. And y'all know that. But it's not about basketball. It's about humanity. And I can separate basketball from life. Just like a lot of you weird-ass bronsexual niggas need to learn how to do. When I tell you this nigga's scared to when I tell you weak-ass niggas that the reason why they lost the 2011 finals to the Dallas Mavericks was because LeBron James was scared to shoot and he was getting guarded by Jason Kidd and J.J. Barrera. J.J. Barrera is motherfucking 12 inches shorter than LeBron James, and LeBron James was passing the ball to other people in the fourth quarter. Nigga, you got 44 points in the third quarter, by the third quarter. Then when the fourth quarter come, you want to act like a bitch. Yeah, LeBron James is the reason why they lost that finals. LeBron is the reason why the Cavs lost in 2009 to the Orlando Magic. They should have beat the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic was missing Jameer Nelson, their starting point guard. That was an all-star. How LeBron James lose to the Orlando Magic when they didn't have their starting point guard? Nigga, that motherfucker choked in the finals against the Spurs. The reason why they got swept, like the nigga didn't even, that wasn't even competitive. The niggas got, like, LeBron James has been part of the worst playoff disappointing losses in NBA history. The 2014 finals against the Miami Heat, when it was basically a 5-game sweep. Thank God for Dwayne Wade for them winning that one game. That motherfucker played like a bitch. I don't fuck with LeBron James, a basketball player. But at the same time, we got to hold compassion for him and his family and his son. I ain't about to be talking about no goddamn jab when that man almost lost his boy. That man almost lost his boy. Fuck the fact that the nigga can't shoot free throws. He almost lost his son. Don't he have 4 or 5 rings? Yeah. And he had to leave Cleveland to join Dwayne Wade, who already won a championship, by the way, in his kingdom. And in 2012 and 2013, Dwayne Wade had to close the games out. And in 2014, when Dwayne Wade's legs were shot and he couldn't close the games out anymore, they got washed. And then you do, see you niggas don't know basketball. when it comes to the top level stars, whether you're talking about Kobe, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, LeBron James, Paul Pierce, I put him up there because of what he did. And I hate the fucking Celtics. Fucking hate the Celtics. Dwayne Wade, those level of players, Steph Curry, they just need the right nucleus around them. What those type players need is, let me give you the formula. They need floor spacing, which means at least 3 knockdown shooters on the court at all times. If you give those players 3 knockdown shooters, 2 strong rebounders, 4 strong defenders, they're all going to win a lot of championships. The difference between LeBron James and everyone else was whenever his team didn't work out, whenever the chemistry wasn't right, they would dump that team and give his ass a whole new fucking team. And then you get role players. He literally had the greatest 3-point shooters of all time as role players. Kyle Korver made the third most 3-pointers in NBA history. This nigga's a role player. You get Rashard Lewis, knockdown 3-point shooter. Ray Allen, knockdown 3-point shooter. I mean, these people are like these aren't even regular. Like, these shooters aren't even like regular, like good shooters. These are like greatest of all time level shooters. And it's not about them scoring, the shooter scoring 20 points. No, that's for you dumb niggas that don't know basketball. It's not about Ray Allen being able to knock down and score 25 points a game. It's not about that. It's about the threat that when LeBron James goes down the middle, the person guarding Ray Allen over here and Shane Battier over there, and everywhere Shane Battier went, he was a knockdown shooter. That was a good complimentary player to stars like he was with Yao. You got Mike Miller over here, who again was another former All-Star knockdown shooter who was a great role player in Memphis, and no matter where he went. You got three options of shooters over here. You got Chris Bosh, another knockdown shooter. Chris Bosh, you forget how wet his jumper was. That's 4 motherfuckers this nigga can pass to that can make this shot. So now the defense has an option. They have a choice. Do I play help off these all-time great shooters that have been making 3-pointers everywhere they've ever played? Or do I play LeBron one-on-one? And if I play him one-on-one, he's probably going to get a foul because you can't hand check and touch anymore. He's going to get that layup. Or I can sag off one of those shooters and give up 3 points. And if LeBron James doesn't have that chemistry on the court at all times, guess what they do? They trade the fucking team until he gets that chemistry. If LeBron James was who he said he was, with all those shots that he had with great teams around him, he'd have 8 to 9 championships. Hell, the NBA spent 13 seasons remixing his team until he got the formula right. And with all that goddamn help, he has a losing record. I don't want to hear shit from you niggas. Give Tracy McGrady an old, let's put old Reggie Miller on Tracy McGrady's team. Give Tracy McGrady old Reggie Miller coming off the bench. Give Tracy McGrady Glenn Rice, Ray Allen on the wings. Give Tracy McGrady prime Tim Duncan. Or I'm not even going as high as Tim Duncan. Give Tracy McGrady Rasheed Wallace. Not because that's equivalent to Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace. Knockdown shooter that could play both ends of the court, probably a better defender. Give Tracy McGrady that chemistry. Give Tracy McGrady Mitch Rich, not even Mitch Rich. I'll come on the bench. Give Tracy McGrady, let's say at the time. Let's go 2000s players. Give Tracy McGrady, okay, he got Steve Francis coming off the bench. And he got Motherfucking, who else from the 90s, from the 2000s was really hot? You got Grant Hill coming off the bench. You got, on your team, you got Steve Francis coming off the bench. You got all these top-level players. Give Tracy McGrady that mix and watch Tracy McGrady win at least 2 championships, at least 3. Give Jason Kidd a consistent team like he had in Dallas. Appreciate the cash app, Christopher Ellis. Give any of them top players that level of chemistry consistently every season, over and over and over and over again. They'll all be multiple champions. Y'all trying to compare LeBron James to niggas who never had someone nearly as good as Dwayne Wade. Fuck out of here. LeBron James' game is fraudulent. The NBA bends and gives this nigga, it's been giving this nigga 10 deep rosters for 13 seasons in a row. For 13 seasons, he had rosters that went 10 deep. Full of Hall of Famers, certified Hall of Famers too. Over and 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 over again. But when Kevin Durant came to his house 2 years in a row, that nigga KD came down from 35 feet. LeBron ain't step up on defense. See, yeah. I come from street ball culture. You don't let nobody come in your house and do that and you don't get them right back. You let that man sink a 3 in your house and the next play down the court, you pass the fucking ball. Man, you do that shit at the park, man, get your ass out of here. Nigga, we ain't reading stats. That nigga came to your house, dotted your eye, you got the ball, you got a chance to go back at him one-on-one, no help defense, and you pass the ball. Fuck out of here, you fake-ass statistician-ass niggas. What's up, Amara Woods? Thank you for the cash app. Elliot, thank you for the cash app. Much love, much appreciated. So you niggas is reading papers. I'm reading body language. That nigga didn't want it. You niggas is reading stories and articles and shit. I'm watching the game, nigga. Fuck out of here. Back to what we talking about. So, y'all see how I went. I don't give a fuck about LeBron James' game. I ain't no LeBron James fan. I make that very clear. Never have been. Black McBain, I never said I'm not talking about sports anymore. I said this is why I don't like talking about sports with you niggas. Because I don't like talking about sports with most people. Because most people don't know no fucking sports. Y'all niggas was raised. Remember, a lot of you niggas was raised on Skip Bayless. So you really don't know shit. You was raised on, if your knowledge of sports goes to debate shows, you don't know shit. Nigga can't even tell me what side out means. Talking about, you know basketball. You don't tell me you know shit about basketball until you can point out to me where the short corner is on the court without looking on Google. Without Googling, tell me where the short corner is. Then we might have action. Until then, shut the fuck up. So, I want to close that point out about Bronny James about saying this. Let's hold heart space for the black family when they're going through trauma. We can set aside all personal whatever. We can set aside, and I'm not saying we gonna be there right now. I'm just pointing us towards in my opinion, a goal that I'd like to see us strive for. Now, if you don't want to strive for it, then I don't give a fuck either. But I believe in treating black people the way I want to be treated as a person and the way I want to be treated as a group. I give that to us first. And I can set aside whatever my political agenda, because my love for black people is greater than my political agenda. And I can set aside my political agenda for a day or two or a week or so to just hold some love and send out some healing energy and compassion for a family that just experienced something extremely traumatic. I think that the James family can use our love right now. And honestly, I think the love we give the James family, that'll go much further than our speculation on what we think happened. That's what I think. Y'all know me, I love sports. And sports is the ultimate canvas that illustrates the picture of life and how life is running, how life is operated. And we can learn a lot through sports. I think one lesson we can learn today is to sit the sports to the side and have compassion for a black family. That's my point of view. Now on to other things. With the Jamie Foxx situation, a lot of people are saying that he's cloned, he's not cloned. That's another one. I don't know. I'm gonna sit back and watch that movie. When I say I don't know, it's because I don't know. I know cloning exists. I know it's a good chance Jamie Foxx just got sick. I don't know. When I read my cards on his situation, what I read was, remember when I read the cards on Jamie Foxx? I said that he's not, and I read this when everybody was thinking he was going to, remember when everybody thought he was going to die? That's when I read the cards on his situation. And I was like, nah, he's going to live, but he's not going to quite be the same. So, I don't know if he got cloned or not, but I can be a weird nigga, but I ain't trying to put my weirdness on the line for that one. I don't know about that. I don't know. Biz Marti says cloning on that level doesn't exist. I don't know. We don't know if it exists or not. A lot of the stuff that do exist, we don't know it exists. You dig what I'm saying? I feel where you're coming from, Biz Marti. I feel where you're coming from. Only thing I'm saying is, a lot of what exists, we don't know exists. They was talking on cell phones. The military was talking on cell phones in the 60s, nigga. In the 70s. In the 60s. Most people didn't know that. If you talk to somebody in 1962, 63 about talking on a cell phone, they'd be like, being able to talk to somebody and not being at home, that doesn't exist to the average person in the 1960s. That doesn't exist to the average person in the 1970s. While at the same time, some people had car phones and the military had cell phones. The point is, we don't know. Hold on, my wife is calling me. Put you niggas on hold. My wife calling. I love y'all niggas, but hey, when my wife call, hey, fuck y'all. No disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect. I love y'all. I do. I fuck with y'all. But one thing I love about my wife, she don't be nagging me. When she gone, she gone. So when she do call, it's like, what's up, baby? She don't be calling me all because she know me. My wife does not call me about a bunch of bullshit. Nah. Hell nah. When I'm out, when we out, we out. But when my wife call, I gotta sit you niggas to the side. So, but we don't know what kind of cloning. Because what we know about cloning, how they clone plants, how they clone other things, maybe they found other ways of cloning that they just haven't told us. Maybe the methods of cloning that they've told us are ways of cloning, but is it possible that there are other methods of cloning that haven't been leaked? I know people very close to me with security clearances, and they ain't told me shit about nothing. People that have security clearances don't really run their mouth like that. I know very close people with security clearances that will never tell me shit. Never. Matter of fact, the people I know with security clearances, we don't even talk about their work. Nothing about work ever comes up. We talking about basketball. We talking about the shape of some of these women's booties. Nigga, we talking about music. Nigga, we are not talking about work. And all these niggas do is work on satellites. They ain't even working on other shit. I got friends that work on top secret satellites that don't tell me shit. So I can imagine the people who work in these other little departments. So the whole point is we don't know. We don't know. And that's the overall theme of today's show when I'm talking about whether it be Bronny James or Jamie Foxx. Now, I'm not saying we can't shoot the shit and speculate. Hell, let's have some conspiracy theory conversations every now and again. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with... Look, bruh, let me tell y'all something. There's a time and a place to fuck off. And if people want to spend some fuck off time kind of with doing some banter back and forth, that's okay. Life is a paradox. Things can be great and bad at the same time. It's okay if you want to talk about it, for shits and giggles. My point of view is when you get on it, like when it becomes a religion, when it becomes a way of life, when it becomes an echo chamber of, see, I was right. I was right. I was right. What does that do? At that point, how do you ever learn? I know somebody was cloned. How do you know? It's impossible they were cloned. How do you know? I don't know either side. But is the conversation constructive? I think that's where it gets down to the nitty gritty. If you having fuck off time, that's one thing. But it comes at some point. It comes to a time to stop fucking off and get back to being constructive. Yeah, my guy said you work. Government workers. Yeah, government workers don't say nothing about their job. We don't be knowing, dog. We don't know. We don't fucking know. And that's my point of view when it comes to us having compassion. At least my point of view, but here's my thesis. Since we don't know, why can't we, or I won't say thesis, my question. Since we don't know, why can't we just send out some love for that family? I know they happy that young man feel good, but Savannah gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight. That's a mother. We gotta remember that, black people. LeBron James, for all of his stat padding and fake hustle on the basketball court and not playing defense, he's still a man that's gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight, wondering if his son is good, man. You think I give a fuck about LeBron James ruining my Lakers when that man gotta worry about his son tonight? Fuck the Lakers. Fuck basketball, man. Lakers gonna be all right. That man gonna have to go to sleep tonight with his son on his mind. A worry that he didn't have last night. And that's why I'm having this talk today. We got to kind of rethink some things. Every story ain't the story at the right time. It's a time and a place for everything. I'm over here dropping my blunt. It's a time and a place for everything. Now, other topic I want to get to, then I'm going to have you guys call in. Get ready to go. I don't have the phone lines open yet. I don't have them open yet. But I will put the phone number up. Get ready to call in. 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. Call in. The lines ain't open yet, but they will be in a few minutes. People still having this Biggie versus Tupac debate, and me being the troll that I am sometimes, I've been on Facebook today talking shit. I've been on Instagram talking shit. I've been on Twitter talking shit. Oh shit. And here's what I'm saying. People are saying that Biggie's a better lyricist. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. All I'm saying is this. I'm not about to argue with you niggas over who you think is the best. I'm not about to argue with y'all. All I'm saying is this. People who value lyrics of liberation, of black self-empowerment, street awareness, they value Ice Cube. People who value lyrics such as, you look so good, I'll suck your daddy's dick, they prefer Biggie Smalls. No hate. If you think Biggie's the better lyricist, then you agree. You look so good, I suck your daddy's dick is a bar. You agree with that? Because we talking about lyrics, right? When it comes to music, it's all about, for me, if I'm going to consider lyrics, I got to consider what you said. And somebody on my Facebook earlier tried to use Dope Man as an example of Cube glorifying drugs. I'm like, no, if you listen to Dope Man, the whole song is a cautionary tale about drugs. It's saying the dope man is corny. The dope man gonna end up either dead or in jail. Did you listen to the song? Cube wrote movies, nigga. Phone lines are open. 323-744-7425. Y'all can talk about anything that we talked about today. I got like another 30, 45 minutes. I'm gonna chill with y'all. I might even roll another blunt. So the floor is y'all in the chat room. The floor is yours. Whatever I talked about today, whether it be Bronny, whether it be Jamie Foxx, the lyric battle, anything. You want me to? Well, nah. If you want me to read your card today, you got to send me a Cash App. I feel like kind of just laying back and talking shit. So I'll say the card reading for another show. Unless you give me a Cash App, then I'll read the card. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, hey, what's up, DeJuan tomorrow, man?
What's up, Amar? How's it going, brother?
It's going good lately, I guess. My mama just went back home.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up, yeah. God bless her. But anyway, let's get on the topic today. About LeBron's son. Before I want to say something. I didn't like LeBron for years myself because of what he did to when he went to Miami. I thought he took the easy way out after leaving a team that had the best record in the league, and I think they could have won the championship.
Yep.
But with that said, he's a man, he's a father. And then when I heard what happened to his son, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, my first thought was like, is he okay? I mean, like, is the boy okay? And how's LeBron feeling? Fuck all the basketball stuff. I agree with you. And for people to go after this man you know how them Republicans, they've been going after him. And some hater liberals too. It's just stop it. He's a dad.
He's a dad. He's a father. Like
it's just like when that old yak at that Pacers game making death threats to his son. I'm okay with LeBron getting kicked out. She should have been arrested. Honestly, you don't make death threats to someone's kids. That's facts.
Yeah.
You don't make death threats to someone's kid. Back to my mama. She kicked someone's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go to war. Same thing with my brothers, their fathers. They go to war for their kids.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, come on, be a human being, man. The man's going through some stuff right now. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone, man. I agree, brother.
Yeah, it's just, you know, but other than that, LeBron, LeBron, I'm sorry, DeJuan. I know your name. Sorry.
Go ahead, brother.
I've been working a lot. Yeah, I've been working a lot. You keep doing your thing, DeJuan. I'm proud of you, man. I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna try to support you on your documentary. I can't wait to check it out, man. It looks like it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna try to get my brother. I'm gonna try to get my family to check it out too.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna donate to you. I'm gonna get one of them shirts. All right, you take care, DeJuan.
All right, man. You have a good one, brother.
You too, DeJuan.
Yeah. 323-744-7425. Let me know what your thoughts are on what the F we talking about. And what y'all talking about in the chat room? Let me see what you ignorant ass niggas in the chat room talking about. Let's see here. What y'all talking about? Biz Martin. LeBron definitely took the easy way out. Look, man, the thing that holds the superstars back from winning multiple championships is the team usually gets old and injury prone. That's what held Steph back this year. If you saw Steph, the way Steph was playing, Steph was ready to go. But the rest of the team just got old. So when you get to constantly jump and it's like riding the horses across the country. When you get the person that gets to keep changing horses every so many miles versus the person that got to ride the same horses from coast to coast. When you get to keep changing horses, when these horses get tired, you get some new ones that are just as good as the last ones. Of course, on paper, it's gonna look like you did more than other people who did not get that. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
It's JD Fort Worth, Texas, man. Just kind of let you know I'm tapped in watching that hotel. You hear me?
What up, JD Jemison? How's it going, brother?
Man, hanging in there. I done lost my voice. Having a good time this weekend. And shit, you already know, man. I seen you going live. He had the line open. I said, I got to get on there and get him a shout out before he get back to his wife.
Yeah, for sure, bruh. Man, thanks for calling,
man.
Y'all
came to Texas and tore it up. So if y'all, if you come to your city,
I'm glad you came out to the show, man. I appreciate you coming out to the show in Dallas, man. I appreciate that.
I'm glad I did too, man. See you soon, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. You have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir. You too.
JD Jemison, coming out of Fort Worth, Texas. You know that's a real brother coming from Fort Worth. If you survive Fort Worth, you can survive any goddamn thing. Fort Worth is one of the few places on earth I cannot stand going to. I hate Fort Worth. Big love to you, JD Jemison. Love to you. And I love Dallas. I love the Dallas area. But I remember my first time going to Dallas when I was like 8 or 9. And I remember my grandmama taking me to my cousin's house in Fort Worth, and I was thinking, where are we? I was digging Dallas, you know. Nigga fuck with Oak Cliff. I fucks with Oak Cliff. And we got to Fort Worth. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm going back to Dallas a few times recently. Every time, I try my best to avoid going through Fort Worth. Shags and Jerry curls and gold teethers. I don't want to see no more shags, no more Jerry curls, and no more gold teethers. But if you're in Fort Worth, you're going to see that shit every third block. JD Jemison, salute to you, brother. I like South Dallas. My family's owned property in South Dallas since the 1800s. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Malachi, man. I'm calling from Grapevine, Texas.
Malachi from Grapevine, Texas. Where is that close to? What big city is that close to?
It's right by. It's like right by Dallas.
Okay.
I say about 20 minutes from Dallas.
Okay. So you're right there in the Dallas metro area. Just outside of it. Okay. What's your name, brother?
Well, I'm not into the basketball thing. I'm not too much into sports like that. But I'm going to talk about the humanity thing. I'm 25, and I had a series of things that just happened. I got into a car wreck, 6-car collision. I was a third car. The last car behind me, the person died. And people need to take that more serious when something happens to somebody, because when that type of stuff happens, man, you got to treat them with some level of care.
Yeah.
Some level of care, because I could have died that night, and then something happened at work, so now I'm on administrative leave. But on from that, yeah, man, the humanity thing. Us young black men, man, we don't get that person.
Y'all don't get it from us. Y'all don't get it from us. If y'all anything less than perfect, now if you perfect, if you shine your shoes, if you get your college degree, if you fall in line, listen and obey what everybody say, and you get a job, then people are going to say, that's a good young black man. That's a good young black man. But then the minute you use your genius mind for yourself and you say, wait a minute, and you ask a question and you respond a certain way that the adults don't jive with, now all of a sudden you anything short less than a child of God. And these are the same niggas that go around talking about something. White folks don't treat us right. They don't listen to us. Well, look how you treat our young niggas.
That's exactly, you said everything perfectly, man. I graduated high school. I mean, I'm in a nice apartment now, you know, with my mom and stuff like that. We both pay rent and stuff, but when I graduated high school, man, I had no money to go to college. I mean, Brown University wanted me, but I didn't have a couple of $100,000 to go to school. And no, you know, I ain't get no money to go, so I had to work my way up. You know,
you wasn't about to take out no $500,000 worth of loans either, which was smart.
Nah, and people was like, "Oh, you could have went. You could have went. You could have asked somebody." I said, "Nobody's gonna give me no money, bro. Nobody's gonna give me no $300,000 to go to school. I had the skills to do it. That's what a lot of us black boys got. We got skills to do the stuff, but we don't have the money to go and continue our career in at the next level." So
there are roadblocks placed in front of young black men by society that, instead of older black society, now when I say older, I mean 40 and up. That when you turn 40 is when you start to really get conscious and aware of things. But 40 and 50 and up, really 50 and up. But I'm gonna say 40 because I'm gonna throw myself in it. Our young men are faced with all these roadblocks. I know what I was faced with. I went to college. I graduated college, and I know what it's like to apply for jobs for 13 months. And not get a call back because my name is DeJuan Brown. I had 9 years experience in banking in 2006. By the time we got to 2000, I'm talking about 2006. By the time we got to 2008, I had 9 years in banking experience, and I had a college degree. But because my name was DeJuan Brown, a nigga couldn't get an interview. So what I did was I put my same resume out there under Don Brown, D-O-N. And I started getting calls for interviews right away. Now, the minute I showed up to them interviews, they saw it was a 6'2", 340-pound nigga walking up in there, so I didn't get the goddamn job. And this is what I'll never forget that. So I know it didn't get no better for you. And at the same time, I'm working my way towards building something that can employ more black people, but I don't own that now. So since I don't own that thing that can employ 200, 300 black folks, I got to shut the fuck up and have a little bit of compassion, knowing that he's dealing with it, the same obstacles I dealt with, he dealing with it in his own way. And that's what people my age and older got to understand. But go ahead, young man. I'm going to let you finish it off.
Yeah, that's also what I went through a lot. You know, going to a lot of jobs and trying to sign up, and they look at me, and the minute they look at me, they think, "Oh, look at this dumb ass motherfucker." That's real shit. That's what they think.
Yeah.
And I remember the churches. A lot of I'm not trying to like throw nobody on the bus, nothing, but a lot of these churches are not giving the funds to some of these kids. All the kids I see with all the talent and skill, they don't get the money to go from the church. And
I didn't get it from my church. I grew up in my church from the age of 5, and I remember they gave it to some niggas who just joined like 6 months ago when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean.
It be the kids who already got the money. Everybody giving them money. I got $200 when I graduated high school. And I could have went to Brown University or the Art Institute of Dallas, you know, and I seen it, and a lot of the kids also who are being used in church are actually getting abused at home and getting treated like shit at home. I've seen it personally.
I've seen it
from my cousins, Jeremiah, Josh, you know, Constance, and my brother, and even me went through some shit that they want to use them because they think lower of them because of where they live at. They live by Paul Clinton College down there in Oak Cliff, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And that's where our church was at. It was called Super City of Refuge. A lot of them people look down on the kids who don't have much and think we ain't going to be greats because we just born with nothing. We were born into the situation.
Right.
It's not like...
Hey, what's your birthday real quick? I'm going to let you finish your point. What's your birthday real quick?
Yeah.
What's your birthday?
I'm September 28, 1997.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we were born into these situations. You know, we went my mom had us go around this other pastor named Thurman, and all he did was shitting on us. You know, I always had something to say about what we didn't know, but he never asked us what we did know and what we were good at. That's also another thing.
I bet you don't know nothing about this, young man. You don't know this, young man. You don't know that, young man.
I know.
Yeah. It's, you know, and we don't have, and my brother, I seen him get shitted on and talk bad about in fact, I had to defend my brother a lot. And it's hard to defend him because it's so many of them coming at us at one time. You got the women, the older dudes who already got something, and you got the women who look like they got something. And I tried to protect my brother, but that shit was hard as fuck because everybody coming at this nigga. And I'm like, hey man, y'all can't be shitting on this nigga like this. What the fuck? He's a kid. The nigga don't know.
And here's the reason why I'm letting, for those of you guys listening, the reason why I'm letting him talk more, because I want you guys to listen to somebody who's 25 years old, what they dealing with. This is what's going on. Like, people my generation older can be very, what I try to do here on my show is I try to heal. I talk shit, I bring up controversy, yada, yada, yada. But the whole purpose of what I do is to bring understanding, you know? And I want y'all to listen, and people who listen later on, I want y'all to rewind what this young man is saying and seeing the pressures that they got to deal with and what they got to deal with from adults. And let me ask you a question, because I think I already know the answer. Me and you've never talked before. But these people who are the most vocal about your day-to-day activities and the most critical, do you feel they genuinely care about you as a man?
No. I mean, nah, because they only want you to have that skill set and that talent to benefit them. It's not a care for you like you're a human.
Hey, you just made a good point. There are white supremacy right there within black culture when it comes to our own children. They only like us when we can perform. Dance, nigga, dance. Sing, nigga, sing. Ain't that what it sound like? You only see. I played the drums in church, so I got a little bit of elevation. You dig? But
I played the saxophone.
Yeah, you play. So, oh yeah, when you performing and doing that, oh yeah. Oh, you a good little boy. But
yeah,
you anything outside of that? I remember one time I was playing the drums. I was probably like 19. I was playing the drums at this like convention with all of the churches. And when I was coming out the bathroom, I came out the bathroom and my shirt came out in the back. So I put my hand in my pants to retuck it. And one of the old ladies like, see, that's what's wrong with you young people. You need to go in the bathroom. You're not decent. You need to be decent to tuck your shirt in the bathroom. And I'm like, I'm looking at her like, bitch, I'm about to go hop on the drums. Like the choir, you know, when the music is playing, when they get ready to start praise and worship, when it's going, when the organ playing, it's rumbling, and everybody's like, oh Lord, Jesus, Lord. And so I'm laying out the bathroom, trying to rush to get to the drum set so I can do my fill and get to playing the first song. And she's saying, that's what's wrong with you young people. See, now, when I got off the drum set, I guess she forgot that was me, that she told that, because it's like a 3-day convention. So like a couple days later, that was the first day of the convention, this happened. On the third day, I guess she may have forgot that was me she had the interaction with, because when I got off the drums, she came over and was like, oh, you play with such an anointing? You play with the anointing of God. And I'm over looking at her like, bitch, you was just telling me I shouldn't tuck my shirt in when I'm trying to get to praise and worship on time.
Oh, shit. Damn.
You know it. We live in different sides of the country. We different generations. We got the same story. Black people listening. When the fuck are we going to change it? This ain't got a goddamn thing to do with white folks. This some shit that we can change now.
I seen my brother mentally get broken. In fact, it mentally, my aunt Pat told my younger brother when he was 15, 14, and he's not even the one who said anything. And she told him he was never going to be shit in life, and you will be just like your Uncle Marcus. And everybody thought really low of Uncle Marcus. And my brother snapped. And he cussed her out. It was like, you know, you don't ever fucking talk to me like. And I had to come in. I said, who the fuck? I said, why did you say that? You don't ever say that to no 15-year-old boy. And my Uncle James took my brother out because he was mentally broken. They destroyed the soul and the spirit of my brother.
I've seen that.
And the mental, and some days I cried because I felt that I failed him because I couldn't protect my brother from the mental lashing of a lot of the women who shitted on him really bad because he didn't, they just thought of him as a lesson.
He didn't conform.
Yeah.
And
they did the same thing to me. They hated me, you know what I'm saying? And because I always spoke against it. I mean,
and I want to make this point. I want to make this point to you before we get off the phone. Look, your generation, my generation and older, talks a lot of shit about y'all, right? And let me make something very clear. You guys are different. You're very different. You guys don't give a fuck. Y'all really don't. Y'all really don't give a fuck. And you shouldn't. And the reason why, and I love your generation, and I want you to know that the way you feel about the world around you is right. Because you were at a young age, you realize around the age of 3 or 4, something wasn't right. Before you could even vocalize it. Before you went to kindergarten, nigga, you knew something wasn't right, right? Am I lying?
You're not lying.
You knew something wasn't right before you went to kindergarten. And the way you interacted with the world was a response to an ancient environment. I mean, we're put in these schools, and you grew up in the No Child Left Behind generation that President Bush put out there. And that generation was passed through, and they put you guys on a testing standard. They didn't educate you guys. They tested you. So you never taught how to properly think. You were never taught proper socio-emotional skills. You were never taught emotional awareness. You were never taught none of that stuff through the education system because they say, you know what? This ain't making us no money. Let's get this shit out of here. So you were never taught none of that stuff. You were never taught how to think, and you were taught to conform. But with your own third eye point of view, what you was conforming to was some bullshit. So what happens is all the adults are saying, what's wrong with you? This is what you got to understand about you, young man, and know this for the rest of your life. And tell your brother this if he hears this. Know that the people talking to you and telling you those type things were people who were already poisoned and they conformed to a sick society. And they were trying to get, maybe most of the time unintentionally. Watch the movie The Matrix. If you watch the movie The Matrix, that'll help you understand the society you were raised in. You're Neo, and the world is Agent Smith. Who is Agent Smith? The people who conform to the bullshit that's told around us. And so the people who conform to the bullshit, it's their job to get you to conform to the bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? And when you resist that programming, you become the virus. And that's the environment you were raised in. That's why you have this juxtaposed feeling of, I don't want to be bad, but I must be bad because I keep getting told I'm bad. I don't think I'm bad, but this is some bullshit. And that's the fight that young black men go through. And instead of us adults giving some game and preaching and ushering you guys through that, we criticize you. At the same time, we ain't built shit to put money in your pockets so you ain't got to deal with these crazy ass white folks. So that's on us, not on you. Only thing you got to do, young man, is understand what it is right now. Learn who you are. You're a 9 of Hearts person, so you're somebody who's open to compassion. You're very empathetic. You're very artistic. You got to learn how to you have an emotionally trying life, but with your emotion, you got to learn how to use that emotion and channel it into your creativity, channel it into the things that you do well, and you're going to produce and create some dope shit. And at the same time, when you learn to go through your heartbreaks and traumas, and as you understand life better, when you get to my age and older, give that shit back to the next generation. And as you're 25 years old right now, give that compassion back to the 14-year-olds. Because I guarantee you got some friends right now that are your age talking shit about the kids that are 15. Don't be that nigga. All right?
Yeah. The last thing I want to say is the reason why a lot of youngsters or young men defenses are up is because they've been attacked most of their life.
Yeah.
So if their defenses are up, it's because they've been attacked most of their life, and they're just trying to protect themselves, and it's keeping them from mentally being destroyed. We have to not care, because if we care, we will mentally die.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, man, keep your resistance up. Resist the bullshit. Follow your spirit. Follow your heart. You're nine of hearts. So follow your heart. Your heart's not gonna lie to you. But at the same time, be open. Don't let bullshit close your heart. Keep your heart open. You can handle anything that come your way. Keep that shit open, all right?
Okay.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
I've known you my whole life or some shit.
Huh?
It feel like I've known you my whole life or something like.
Man, it's all, man, because, man, we all live one story, bro, and we ain't did shit to change the story, so, hey, we do. We experience the same shit. All right, bro. You have a good one.
You too, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the world we live in. We live in a world that sick people poison the unsick, and when the unsick offers a point of view, the sick sickens the unsick. That's some shit we got to stop, yo. That's some shit that we can do outside of white supremacy. White supremacy ain't got shit to do with this move we can make. This is a chess move that we can make regardless of what them crackers do. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Darius from San Diego.
Darius from San Diego. What's on your mind?
Man, I'm just waiting for that hip-hop documentary, man. I mean, I look at certain figures like Cab Calloway, Sodomite, James Brown, and it's just insulting, man. I mean, the foundations were laid even before New York. See, to me, it's more of a New York thing. It's a New York arrogance, right? You know, New York gets something. They just want to put their touch on it. But I was just thinking about this. You know, you look at the slang that came from jazz, right? Cool, slick. Look at Cool Herc, right? Cool Herc. He's Jamaican. Well, Cool comes from jazz.
Cool jazz.
Take somebody like Slick Rick. He's from the UK, but he's slick. He's Slick Rick. That's jazz slang. So it's like wherever they say, they can't get around the history that was already laid there. And then then here's the funny thing, you also have the history from the 70s and the pimps and the underworld. A lot of that stuff comes from the rapping and all the slick talk, like you were saying. Man, I'm just waiting for it, man. I can't wait to support it however I can do it. I'm ready.
Yeah, we're gonna have it coming out because I'm looking up for some tracking up how much stock footage costs of different. I'm not stock footage, but different clips from different documentaries. Because when I do this, I'm giving you guys references for further detail. You know, and that's a great point you just made about the lingo itself, and I thank you for that because that's part of the lingua franca of music talk. Is when you talk about lingua franca is a term that's they use to describe a style of language within a subculture, and the lingua franca of Black American music is passed down from generation to generation, even by going by the word, calling yourself DJ with a slick name, DJ Jocko Henderson. Name wasn't Jocko.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gave yourself, now the personality DJ era is what led to a few New Yorkers going out into a park spinning some records. But because New Yorkers live in this bubble, they think that they're the first ones. When people in Philadelphia is going out into the park spinning records in the 60s. But when you live in a bubble where your whole life is one borough, you're not going to know that niggas been spinning records in parks.
And New York's always had an issue with the South too. That's why Outkast had to go on the Source Awards and state their claim and put their flag down. I mean, they've always had their, they get their feathers ruffled when everything expands or everybody kind of does their thing. So, can I make one more statement? I want to touch on reparations real quick.
Go ahead.
So another thing about reparations is, on one hand, we have a strong argument about stuff that has happened to us from a trauma standpoint. But there's also a flip side to that. There's also companies that we've actually saved, like Cadillac, right? If you look at the history of Cadillac, how Cadillac was taking the dip during the Great Depression.
Man,
we helped that entire company get out of a hole, and get to the prominence that it's at right now. So it's like, not only do we have traumatic situations Foxx, that we've been in,
we built
still
Fox and NBC.
Yeah, exactly.
Them got a hole.
We have it on. So I just want to remind everybody, just on the when you state the argument for it, we actually have it on both sides. It's not all like, oh, we the victim all the time. We've actually been the victim and the sponsor, the angel investor. Like, we've done so much on both ends to American culture. It's actually, like I said, it's really insulting. All this is insulting, really, to be honest, man. It's just insulting, man. It's just how it is, man. It's just, So I just wanted to say that, man. Put my 2 cents in. Keep it doing your thing, man. And like I said, when the documentary comes out, man, I'm buying it, and it is what it is, man. Take care.
Yes, sir, man. You have a good one, brother. Yeah, you're right. Black people. That's why it's an all-in thing. We've done this. We've held this economy in this country at 360 degrees. So all that shit's on the board. It's not only slavery. It's also inventions. It's also the money that we've used to stimulate businesses. We've kept Andis hair trimmers in business for 100 years. I was reading something the other day. I had put this post up. I thought about this shit, man. I put this post up. Twitter's now X. That shit's fucking stupid. Man, I'm over here looking for Twitter on my browser, and it's a goddamn X. Fuck out of here. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. See, when it comes to black folks, where'd it go? Where is it? Oh, here we go. What's up, caller? Hold on 1 second, caller. See, it's right here. Look, the real MVP for black folks is these Andis T-liners right here. I'm telling y'all right now. Even when a nigga done lost his hairline, these T-liners, these edges right here, keep a nigga beard sharp. You see, I did my own shit yesterday. See that? That's because of these hoes. Niggas have kept Andis in business. We've kept goddamn Soul Glow in business. We've kept Murray's Jerry Curl juice in business, nigga. We done kept all kind of stuff in business. We need our goddamn reparations. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, the one? It's Mark from Fairview Heights, Illinois.
Mark, how far is that from Chicago?
I'm right next to St. Louis, like right next door, like East St. Louis, basically.
Oh, you down there? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like Southern Illinois.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
Like
you down there that Oh yeah, we're all okay. Yeah, that's the original part of the country. That's where the headquarters for North America used to be down somewhere around that area.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in that Southern Illinois region. It's somewhere down there. I've got the exact name, but like
it's the St. Clair County.
Yeah, that down there. That's it. That's old school America before the white folks got here. What's on your mind?
Oh yeah, well, the thing I want to talk about was like what the dude was talking about earlier. Like I really do understand where he's coming from, like far as with our generation and the way how I know that it's wrong on both sides, far as with the men and the women, but it's like the women have really, I don't know how to put it in words. It's no respect in a way. Even I notice, like, even when I'm just out, like when it's on certain women, when they around like it's like when they're around the older generation, it's like no respect in a way. You know how you have to act a certain way when you're around like your mom or your grandparents or something like that. It's not really like that no more with them. It's like, and I know it's some of our men that's doing it too, but I noticed that
it's equal. It's equal, men and women.
Yeah.
We're never gonna put everything on one gender. It's never one gender. It's always both. Always.
I never said like it was just like it's just one gender. It's just like I noticed when it comes to like the way how things were, like how it was back then.
Because like one thing about me, I noticed like a lot of men. I've seen this a lot. They'll say the women don't respect it, and it's a lot of disrespect. There are plenty of disrespectful women. Me personally, I don't have to deal with them because the way I walk, I don't have to deal with disrespectful women. They don't even come around me. But
I kind of learned that myself too.
One thing I see is this. When it comes to that, here's a complaint I get from women, and that's valid. How can a lot of the women take a nigga serious? Now, I ain't talking about respect, but it's more so take a black man serious. When the majority of black men, from my observation, this ain't from women's observation, but from my observation, when the majority of black men can have a down, knockout, drag out, compassionate debate about who their favorite basketball player is, who their top 5 rapper is, but when it comes time to dealings and showing any kind of thing to improve our society, niggas ain't got nothing to say. Like that's not that's like the way we've been moving as men. We haven't been moving in the very in a manner overall that's respectable to the overall.
There's a lot of men that do it. It's just we don't get no attention.
I ain't talking about a lot.
For real.
No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna play that. I'm talking about my own, because I'm the kind of person, I like books and shit, but I also like mundane shit like sports, and I love watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That Drew's a dumb broad. Drew's a dumb broad. And Kenya, I'm glad you fell. I'm glad Kenya fell. Anyway, I do shit like I watch. I just watch. I don't judge. I just watch. And I know for years when I go on my social media, if I tweet something about LeBron James or Michael Jordan, if I say anything other than they're descendants of the Heavenly Father himself, I'm going to be in a 15-long-week debate over who is who.
You got niggas like that.
Versus if I say, hey, there's an issue coming, and we as black men, like I did with Jess Hilarious yesterday, we got to support, we got to back her play because she's spending up for women. So we as men, we got to come right behind that. And the fellas who are on cold, they'll come in and back it, the handful that's on cold, but the rest of the niggas will just ignore that. But if them same niggas read me say LeBron James chokes when he shoots free throws, you don't think the women watching this shit?
Yeah, that's true.
The women got the same Twitter I got. So when they read me say shit that can maybe help the society, it might be some women on my Twitter that's looking in the comments for niggas that got their head on straight. But it's only 2 niggas that commented. But when I talked about when I said Kobe's better than Jordan because he has a more developed left hand, more footwork in his bag, a wider range of shooting, had played against better competition. Them same women that might be looking for a nigga with his head on his head straight, gonna see 68,000 niggas come in and argue me to the death. That's not respectable movement as black men. We got to change that bullshit before we complain about, because women got a whole lot of house cleaning to do. But let me tell you something, fellas. Let me tell you something, fellas. I know that the only people who are going to clean the women's houses are going to have to be the women. Women have been in this society. They have been conditioned to not listen to us, even when we have a good point, even when we saying what they need to hear. And I ain't talking about all women. I'm talking about the majority, the 85%. Even when you as a man are 100,000% right, Kevin Samuels, I'm not even a big Kevin Samuels fan, but I do understand that he spent the majority of his time checking men. And I do understand that towards the end of his life, the late part of what he did, he kind of transitioned to women. And when that man, when he would say things, although I thought he was a sissy or whatever, he would still say things that was true. And instead of people addressing what was true, they shitted on that man when he died. And you see how women responded when he died. He never was disrespectful towards women. He never like, and I agree. I didn't agree with a lot of things that he said because I'm a married man. Some shit he say, I'd be like, that might get you a woman, but it ain't gonna help you stay married to her. And so when I saw the way the women reacted to his death, I was like, oh yeah, they're not ready. We can't talk to them yet. they can't hear shit we gotta say. Women gotta clean their own house. Fellas, let me say it one more time. So this into you, Carl. This is the manosphere niggas. The women gonna have to clean their own fucking house, brothers. And we can say things. Of course we gonna say things. Of course, we niggas, we gonna say shit. Of course. You know? But they gonna have to want it. Then once a woman says it and gets it, remember these are the same women that didn't want to listen to Scheherazade Ali. If the women were ready, Scheherazade Ali would be lionized right now. But they don't want to goddamn. So overall, the 85% of women, they're not ready. So when they become ready, we can be there to usher them in. In the meantime, 85% of niggas ain't ready either. And the women can't do nothing with them. A lot of the single mothers, they had their shot. Now the men got to do this stuff. It's a lot of single mother raised niggas out here. Now the 85% of men got to come together and start checking each other. We got way too much shit to clean in-house. And they can start with coming with raising our boys and having compassion for our young men. You can start with that. I know I was talking a lot, Carla, but go ahead and finish your point before I move on, brother. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, it's all that I was trying to say. It's not like on their because I know that it's not their fault that they have that type of mentality because it's just like you said, they conditioned to kind of think like that. So I do understand that point of view. It's just because like I was looking at the comedian as well, his name Eddie Griffin, because he didn't used to talk the way he talks. Like now he kind of like he don't bash women, but he said it's their fault. I'm like, no, dude, it's not their fault. It's on both sides. So it's just kind of crazy to me because he didn't used to have that mentality, but he kind of switched up and kind of changed up himself a little bit. Like, I don't know if he got like a negative thing towards black women or just women, period. But, you know, like, I didn't like
but
his
you gotta
new
know
point
that,
of view
man.
now.
People gonna go through the evolutions. Eddie Griffin's had a lot of children. He's had that deal with a lot of women, a lot of child support. So, you know, life experiences changes people. That's why you just gotta be focused on your own mind, the way you see it. People gonna see it. You're gonna see people evolve in their point of view. People who we grew up watching who thought a certain way when they were in their 20s, they're gonna see something different when they're in their 40s versus when they're in their 60s. We got a lot of other people to evolve and focus on ourselves, and let's all evolve ourselves, man. But thank you for giving us a call, brother. Yeah, so that's what this is about. This isn't about just complaining about what's going on. It's about solutions, nigga. But I'm going to end by saying this. As I come to an end, look, we got a lot of problems to solve in house. And while the men are fighting the women are fighting the men, who cares about the kids? I kept that young man on the phone a long time, a little bit earlier, because I wanted the world to hear what goes on in the mind of the 25-year-old young man. Where does he go? Who does he run to? 25-year-old young black man doesn't have a social safety net. He's not going to get approved for Section 8. If he gets WIC, it'll be not WIC. If he gets food stamps, it'll be for a small amount. He's only hireable for menial jobs that'll have him living paycheck to paycheck, needing 2 or 3 hustles in between paychecks in order to pay rent in an environment of soaring housing and food costs. That's what the 25-year-old black man is dealing with. The 25 and the 18-year-old black man, they're dealing with a society that told them to go to college, get a good job, only to get to the point to where even if they went to college, they realize there are no jobs to be had that match the degree that they earned. We got to know that, caller, I'll get to you 1 second, caller. We got to know that that's what these young men are dealing with. And unless we got an opportunity for them that can put some money in their pocket directly, even if we do have an opportunity that puts money in their pocket directly, we got to teach them and show them. Appreciate the Cash App, Terrence Smith. Appreciate the Cash App. But we got to know that they got feelings too. They got a point of view too. They was raised in a school system that didn't give them a skill set that's comparable for today's jobs. They didn't get STEM training in school. You know, the jobs that they have in tech, the kids that went to school in China were in algebra by the 4th grade. The ones that were raised in Nigeria were in algebra by the 3rd grade. The ones in India by the 2nd and 3rd grade. They're not algebra. Your black ass kid, if he was ahead of the curve, was in algebra by the 9th grade. They was raised in a stupid ass system that didn't give them nothing. And they trying to figure it out. Caller, call back. I thought I answered the call. Caller, I thought I answered the call. So I'm gonna wait for the caller. Caller, I thought I answered your call. I thought I hit the green button. But shit, call back, caller. Or not. But we gotta be that towards one another, man. We gotta be our own safety nets. We gotta be each other's safety net. We gotta be each other's compassion. You know, we gotta care about each other. And when Bronny James was had almost died this morning, I think we'd be better off putting out a loving energy, a constructive energy, and putting out some faith and some gratitude. Let's have gratitude that the young man lives. How about that? Let's have gratitude that the young man lives. What's up, last caller of the day? What's your name? Where you calling from?
I am so glad I'm your last caller of the day. This is Sister Miriam. I'm calling from the east side. How are you, Brother DeWine B?
Sister Miriam, how's it going?
Oh, it's going lovely on this hot day. I just had to add in that we who tend to have a little more life experience, and now don't get me wrong, there's some old fools out here. But let's say if you live to make it to 30, you get a little bit more knowledge under your belt. You're supposed to have something like Mother Witch, Streetwise, and a little book smart. Mm-hmm. We have to respect and love each other and meet each other where we're at. If they are not your cup of tea, move on to the next person. We can't sit up there and hold a lot of vitriol or jealousy towards one another and let these outside entities like the feminist movement or feminist movement pit us against each other as foundational black men and women. And women really do need to have more respect for our men in our culture. Now, a lot of us are sisters are on point and on code, and we have that respect for ourselves, so we're going to have it for our man and everyone else. It depends on her upbringing as well as his upbringing. Are you a mommy boy or mama boy, or are you some type of wimp, or are you going to just do what you need to do that is necessary and not complain about it that you need to do for a man? Not saying that to be a man, not saying that a man do not have the right to have complaints, because Lord knows he does, just as well as his counter, the female. But it's just so many pros and cons pit against us. But like you always said, the ingredient isn't that difficult. It's not that complicated. If you come, with genuine respect of one another, get to know each other's past, what's your favorite color, really talk about a person's spiritual background, their sexual preferences, but that should come later, but their economical view on the world and how do they feel about having children, and what are your aspirations, in life. You have to, truly date to get to know a person, not be infatuated with someone and chase someone. It takes a long time for a person to get to this part, but I'm taken. So it's just really feeling comfortable with that person and knowing them, and you'll have better luck. You have better relationships. Not to, look down on anyone who do the one night stand thing or stuff like that. But when you reach a certain age, that should be played out. You should be looking for something more and fulfilling. If you're not willing to make this woman your wife, I wouldn't be raw dogging someone that I could possibly get a lifelong commitment with a child, and vice versa. These young women letting men enter them without protection and things of that nature. And me speaking as a woman and seeing these young women out here, I often look and I'd be like, sister, you sure you want to do that? Because, yeah, they can roll their eyes and, snap their necks and all of that, and can come off with an attitude, but most of them be intimidated because they look at me and be like, oh, I thought you were younger than I thought you was almost like I thought you were my age. I'd be like, no, sweetheart. But, and I drop and give them a little game, and they be like, you know what? Yeah.
And that's the big thing.
Like,
and that's the big thing. We just got to just drop and give them game. It's that simple. Instead of being, talking a certain way about them, just give them game.
Indeed.
Thanks for that, Sister Miriam.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. Peace and love.
I'll talk to you soon. So, yeah, just give them some game. That's all. Give them some game. I see Snoop trending, and I'm mad as fuck because they canceled my concert. Look at this shit. I get a goddamn email this morning. Where is it at? Where'd the email go? Boy George. Fuck Boy George. Where'd it go? Look. They already goddamn postponed this show. Now they canceled it. This is the bad news I woke up to. I woke up to this bad news right here. I already have my tickets. Talking about something, they're going to give me a refund. Fuck your refund. I wanted to see Doggy Style 30th anniversary at my favorite venue, the Hollywood Bowl. Punks. So now I'm going to switch those tickets to this show right here, Maxwell. I got tickets to this. Oh, yeah. I definitely got to go to this night right here. Definitely got to go to that night. I already got tickets for this night. Anyway, I'm mad as fuck. Mad as fuck. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. I'm looking at the chat room talking about all this. gonna say one more thing before I leave. I wish you niggas to get off this regional shit with hip hop. God damn, hip hop got it bad. God. Like every genre of black music ever has always been regional. Memphis blues sounds different than Delta blues, which sounds different than Kansas City blues, which sounds different than Nashville blues. New York bebop sounds different than LA cool, sounds different than Kansas City swing, sounds different than New Orleans bop. Rhythm and funk from Ohio sounds different than funk from New York. Every fucking sound has a region. But it's only you hip-hop niggas. And I'm making this point because I made that point earlier about Ice Cube being a better lyricist than Biggie. Because first thing you lame brain nigga said was, that's because you from the West Coast. If you don't get that stupid ass thinking out of here, the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Can a motherfucker have a thought without shit become a regional beef? Maybe I said Ice Cube is a better writer because Ice Cube wrote a movie called Friday. 3 of them that were funny as fuck. Then he wrote like 3 movies called Barbershop that was funny as fuck. And so if you're going to talk about writer, put it all in there. Okay, fuck the movies. All right. X the movies out, X the movies. No movies are not being considered. I'm going to go with the person who wrote Watch Out for Them Cave Bitches. He's telling you motherfuckers. I'm going to go for the person that wrote Stay True to the Game, Us, Summer Vacation, songs that taught you about life, lyrics. This conversation was lyrics that gave you substance to live by. And 4 albums of nothing but life game. America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, followed by The Predator, followed by Lethal Injection. All I said was I value that over somebody saying, you look so good, I'll suck your daddy's dick. And glorify degenerate lifestyles. But some of you niggas are so goddamn simple, you want to take it to a coast. Let me say something really very clear. I don't give a fuck about your coast. I don't give a fuck about the South. I don't give a fuck about the Midwest. I don't give a fuck about the East. And I don't give a fuck about the West. I give a fuck about music. And if the music is good, I rocks with it. If it sucks, it sucks. I will take Nas over Ice-T any day, while still recognizing Ice-T is the god of West Coast rap. God! Ice-T is the god of West Coast rap. I love Tupac Shakur. But if I'm going to ask you, whose music do I play more, Tupac's or Nas's? I play more Nas than I play Tupac. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about a coast. I like good music. And I don't give a fuck where it comes from. If it's good, it's good. I listen as much as I love Ice Cube. He's my favorite rapper of all time. But I listen to Outkast way more than I'll ever listen to NWA. Let's take one Outkast album. The Outkast album that I listen to the least is probably the Idlewild soundtrack. And I've probably heard the Idlewild soundtrack 100 times more than I've heard Straight Outta Compton. All right? Leave them lame brain discussions for your lame brain ass, dumb ass friends. I ain't part of that. It's either good music or bad music. It's either music that I like or don't like, because it's some good music that I just don't like that song. It's still a good song. I don't like it. Plenty of good songs that I don't like. And there's some songs that are probably terrible that I love. One of my favorite songs ever. I wish I could play it right now. Is by Snoop and Dirty 9-Inch Dick. Bitch, I'm gone. I can't get through to you. Bitch, I'm gone. Bitch, I'm gone. I'm through with you. That's my shit. I knew that you was a hoe back then, and bitch, you still one now. You like to bust nuts in your face. That's my shit. That song ain't talking about shit. But I love it. Bitch, I'm gone. It's on the blue carpet treatment. Like, I love me some Snoop. Snoop got some music where he talk about things, but most of Snoop's music, Snoop ain't talking about shit. Snoop is just talking shit. Man, the rapper that I probably listen to the most, I probably play more Snoop than I play Ice Cube. Well, I don't say that. I still play more Ice Cube than I play Snoop. But a close second is Snoop. Nigga. My favorite Snoop album is The Last Meal. My Snoop album, the Snoop albums I listen to the most in this order: The Last Meal, #1, The Blue Carpet Treatment, #2. That I'm talking about in the order that I listen to the most: The Last Meal, Blue Carpet Treatment, then Rhythm and Gangsta, and then Doggy Style. I listen to Doggy Style the fourth most out of all of Snoop's albums. But you know who I listen to just as much as I listen to Snoop? Common. I don't give a fuck that Common from Chicago. He make good music. Even though I can't stand that nigga's political point of views now. Common done went to the Democrats. Done lost a good one. But I put Like Water for Chocolate and B. Those two albums by Common, even Electric Universe. And the other one, Finding Forever. Was it Finding Forever? Those 4 albums? I listen to those 4 albums. I don't give a fuck if he's from Chicago. It's good music. Get off that goddamn regional shit. That's why I be so goddamn annoyed when you niggas come around talking about something. You a nigga because he from LA. Well, no, I like the nigga because he make good music. That's why. And you like niggas that say, you look so good, I suck your daddy's dick. That's the difference between me and you. Yeah, Finding Forever, yeah. I'm over trying to get confused with Returning Forever with Chick Corea and Stanley Clark. But I appreciate y'all. I gotta go. I gotta roll. I got shit to do. I got money to make. But get the t-shirts. And you know my card reading class, if you want to learn how to read cards, hit me up, email me to sign up. 15% off all card readings. Hit me up. First time reader, type in the product code FIRST. If you refer somebody that gets a reading from me, you get $100 off your next reading. All right? So remember this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to pick up the game. I'm out.